Gentlemen, in the 1950s, doctors recommended an inexpensive powder that cost pennies and worked perfectly. Today, I'm bringing it back. The secret is raw, cold-processed beetroot powder. Science at the University of Exeter confirms it bypasses the damaged vascular systems that come with age. It produces nitric oxide regardless of how much damage is already there. Boost it with 3 ingredients: fresh lemon juice, raw cacao, and fresh ginger. The protocol: 1 teaspoon daily in ginger-infused water, 2 hours before maximum benefit. Avoid antibacterial mouthwash. It kills the bacteria needed for the conversion. Within weeks, men report consistent improvements in reliability and firmness. I am Dr. Calvin Harper, and in this video, I am going to reveal exactly what this powder is, explain the precise biochemical mechanism behind why it restores blood flow and erection quality so powerfully, give you the exact dose, and walk you through the complete preparation protocol that maximizes results. The powder is beetroot powder, specifically raw, organic, cold-processed beetroot powder, not the cooked or commercially heat-processed variety that destroys its most active compounds. Before you say you have heard about beetroot before, let me assure you that what I am about to explain goes far beyond any basic information available online. The mechanism behind why beetroot powder works so powerfully for blood flow and erections in men over 50 is rooted in a specific pathway that bypasses the very part of your vascular system that age has damaged most severely, and this bypass is the key to everything. Here is the fundamental problem. The primary source of nitric oxide in a healthy young man is the endothelial nitric oxide synthase enzyme inside blood vessel walls, which converts L-arginine into nitric oxide. As men age, endothelial nitric oxide synthase activity declines progressively. The enzyme becomes less active, less efficient, and increasingly unable to produce adequate nitric oxide. This is the root cause of vascular erectile dysfunction. Pharmaceutical erectile dysfunction medications work by inhibiting phosphodiesterase 5, the enzyme that breaks down the cyclic GMP signal downstream of nitric oxide, but they do not restore nitric oxide production itself. As endothelial function deteriorates further with age, these medications become progressively less effective because there is less nitric oxide to generate cyclic GMP in the first place. Beetroot powder bypasses this failing system entirely through what researchers call the nitrate-nitrite-nitric oxide pathway, an alternative biochemical route to nitric oxide that does not require functioning endothelial nitric oxide synthase at all. When you consume beetroot powder, the high concentration of dietary nitrates enters your bloodstream and is transported in saliva to the tongue, where bacteria, specifically Streptococcus salivarius and other nitrate-reducing species, use the enzyme nitrate reductase to convert dietary nitrate into nitrite. This nitrite is then swallowed, enters the acidic environment of the stomach, and is chemically reduced to free nitric oxide through a non-enzymatic reaction catalyzed by stomach acid. This entire pathway requires no functioning endothelial cells, no L-arginine, no endothelial nitric oxide synthase, none of the biological machinery that age has progressively damaged. Research from the University of Exeter confirmed this in striking detail. Investigators found that beetroot supplementation increased plasma nitric oxide concentration threefold within just 90 minutes of consumption. And crucially, this response was equally powerful in older men with documented endothelial dysfunction as in younger men with healthy endothelium. This is the golden advantage of the dietary nitrate pathway for men over 50. It is completely age-independent. It does not care how damaged your endothelium is. It produces nitric oxide regardless. Clinical trials using beetroot supplementation have recorded reductions in systolic blood pressure of 4 to 10 points, comparable to some pharmaceutical antihypertensives, improvements in exercise endurance of up to 16%, significant improvements in flow-mediated dilation, the standard clinical measure of blood vessel responsiveness, and in studies examining sexual health endpoints, beetroot nitrate supplementation has been associated with significant improvements in erectile function scores and patient-reported satisfaction with erection quality, These are results from a powder that costs 30 cents per dose. Now let me address why the form of beetroot matters critically. The dietary nitrates in beets are heat sensitive. When beets are cooked, boiled, roasted, steamed, nitrate content is reduced by 25 to 50%. Industrial processing of commercial beetroot juice involves pasteurization at temperatures that further reduce nitrate content and destroy cofactor antioxidants. Raw organic beetroot powder produced by drying fresh beets at low temperature, below 40 degrees Celsius, preserves the full nitrate content and the complete polyphenol profile. 1 teaspoon of high-quality cold processed beetroot powder provides approximately 150 to 200 milligrams of dietary nitrate, the amount shown in clinical studies to produce measurable improvements in nitric oxide and vascular function. At typical retail prices, this is your 30-cent dose. The first amplifying ingredient to add to beetroot powder is fresh lemon juice. The conversion of nitrite to nitric oxide in the stomach is acid-dependent. In a stomach with adequate acidity, which many men over 50 do not have, particularly those on proton pump inhibitors, the reaction proceeds efficiently. In a stomach with reduced acidity, the conversion is impaired. Fresh lemon juice contains citric acid and ascorbic acid that lower stomach pH and catalyze the nitrite to nitric oxide conversion, multiplying the nitric oxide yield from each serving. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that combining vitamin C with dietary nitrates increased the efficiency of nitric oxide production significantly compared to nitrates alone. The vitamin C in lemon juice also provides a second benefit. It regenerates tetrahydrobiopterin, the essential cofactor for endothelial nitric oxide synthase, helping keep what endothelial function remains in its nitric oxide producing rather than radical producing state. Add the juice of half a fresh lemon to your beetroot preparation. The second amplifying ingredient is raw cacao powder. Raw cacao contains flavonoids, specifically epicatechin, that inhibit phosphodiesterase 5, the enzyme that breaks down cyclic GMP. Pharmaceutical erectile dysfunction medications work through this exact mechanism. Beetroot powder increases cyclic GMP production by providing more nitric oxide to stimulate guanylate cyclase. Cacao decreases cyclic GMP breakdown by inhibiting PDE5. The combined effect, more production plus less destruction of cyclic GMP, produces a net increase in smooth muscle relaxation and blood flow that is significantly greater than either ingredient alone. A study from the University of California found that epicatechin from cacao extract improved flow-mediated dilation by 1.3% after 2 weeks of consumption. Add 1 tablespoon of raw, unprocessed cacao powder to your beetroot preparation. Raw cacao is not alkalized cocoa. Alkalization destroys the flavonoids. Look for minimally processed, cold-pressed raw cacao powder. The third amplifying ingredient is fresh ginger. Ginger's gingerol compounds reduce blood viscosity by inhibiting platelet aggregation, the clumping together of platelets that makes blood thick and resistant to flow through the small diameter vessels supplying erectile tissue. Beetroot opens the arterial pipes through vasodilation. Ginger ensures the blood moving through those pipes flows freely at optimal viscosity. This complementary action, widening the vessel and thinning the blood, produces a combined improvement in tissue blood flow that neither ingredient achieves independently. Grate 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger root and steep it in warm water for 5 minutes. Use this ginger-infused water as the liquid base for your beetroot powder and cacao. One critical practical point: do not use antibacterial mouthwash before or after your beetroot protocol. The conversion of dietary nitrate to nitrite depends on specific oral bacteria on the back of your tongue. Antibacterial mouthwash kills these bacteria. Research has shown that using antibacterial mouthwash can blunt the nitric oxide response from dietary nitrates by up to 90%. This is the single most common reason men who try beetroot juice fail to see results. They are killing the bacterial workforce responsible for the first step of the nitrate conversion process. The complete protocol: 1 teaspoon of raw, cold-processed beetroot powder dissolved in ginger-infused water, combined with the juice of half a fresh lemon and 1 tablespoon of raw cacao powder. Consumed once daily approximately 2 hours before the time you wish to experience maximum blood flow benefit, before intimacy, before exercise, or in the morning for all-day circulatory support. Timeline of results. Within 2 to 3 hours of the first serving, plasma nitric oxide increases measurably. Within 3 to 7 days of daily consumption, blood pressure shows a modest measurable reduction. Within 2 to 4 weeks, flow-mediated dilation, vascular responsiveness, shows clinically meaningful improvement. Within 4 to 6 weeks, men report consistent improvements in erection quality, specifically in firmness, reliability, and duration. These are cumulative, progressive improvements that deepen and stabilize over time with daily use. This is the 30-cent powder that your grandfather's doctor recommended before the pharmaceutical age made it inconvenient. The science is stronger today than it was in the 1950s. The mechanism is understood at the molecular level, and the results it produces are exactly what the research predicts. I am Dr. Calvin Harper. Would you try a 30-cent fix? Comment yes right now. I will see you in the next video.